I might be a bit later in tonight. A couple of extra jobs want sorting.
Oh, well, there's rabbit for you when you get back. The butcher at Wobblesfield had some in.
So, any more earache from the neighbours?
Not so far. It's early yet.
Like I say, just like the old days.
Boots off if you don't mind.
Edna, I've no time.
Look, just tell me what you want and I'll get it for you.
Don't be ridiculous. This is a workplace and I'm working.
And who is going to clean up after you again? Not me. I've done it too many times as it is.
So, you're not letting me in?
I feel a need to make a stand on this issue, so no. Oh! Oh!
Bit young for you, Edna.
I hope you're not winding up pillars of the community.
Wouldn't want people speculating about each other's private lives around here, now would we?
I think we need a night out in Houghton for a change.
What, rather than stopping in and refereeing another Simon and Nicola grudge match.
So we're on then. 7:30. Yeah.
Miss Stokes, you called last night. My name's Dave Roberts. This is Sergeant Davis.
Are you both police?
We're with the Child Protection Unit.
I see. Come in.
So, are you here about the threats or the other thing?
The other thing. Well, the threats are one issue. The alleged abuse is something else again. Sorry, your name is?
Adam is...
I'm a resident.
Then perhaps you wouldn't mind leaving us alone for a while with Miss Stokes while we listen to what she has to tell us.
Of course. I'll just be down the road.
So, you wanted to talk to us about your brother?
Yes, would you like to sit down?
Mr. Sugden?
Don't tell me. You're from the VAT office and they're changing the tactics.
I'm Darren's form tutor, Laura Bunnage. I called at the house. It's nice to meet you.
Sorry, yeah, Andy Sugden.
We missed you last night.
Yeah, that was my fault. I got caught up doing something.
Have you got time to talk now?
Has he done something?
Not today, that I know of. He's turned up, which is a bonus. I had a free last period, so I thought I'd nip round.
Right. Yeah, do you want to go up to the farm?
Much as I like sheep.
How's it going, Terence?
Yeah, smashing, thanks. You might want to put a new piece in here. It's either kids or really big mice.
Holgate Farm suiting you all right, is it?
After where I've been. I'm back with the old man, earning a wage. What's not to like?
Get through the next couple of weeks all right. You should have a few quid more coming in.
Can't complain about that either. Although I always think probationary period sounds like some kind of criminal rehabilitation thing.
I don't suppose trial's much better.
Not that I'm bothered, it's only words, isn't it? It's enough to worry about without getting carried away over semantics.
Hey, we don't expect that kind of language on a building site, thank you.
At least to a fatter wage packet, I don't care what you call it.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? I never thought I'd get half of that out, let alone get it down on paper.
If what you've told us can be substantiated, and certainly there's a strong possibility we can get somewhere with the threatening behaviour, the last thing you should be feeling is guilt. You may well be doing a service to others as well as yourself.
40 years. Seems so long ago.
Do you really mean that, Steph?
No. Now he's here, it's as if it was yesterday.
I hope you'll forgive the title, Miss Stokes, but this is what we call a historical case. It's just the terminology. Doesn't mean it's any less significant. We get everything we need?
For now.
What's next?
Avoid any contact with your brother. And I suggest with your father after what you've told us. Having said that, we won't be hanging about. You'll be hearing from us very soon.
And what about Terence?
Well, now we've got your full written statement. He should be hearing from us before that. Ready?
Sorry. I'll see you out.
Excuse me for interrupting this hive of industry, but I would like to give you that.
Is it my birthday, Edna?
It's my letter of resignation. I'd like to terminate my employment with King & Sons as soon as possible. It's all in there. If you need me to work until the end of the month, then...
That won't be necessary. Not if you're unhappy.
What's up, Edna? I thought you were all settled.
I'd rather not go into specific details, if you don't mind.
Really sorry about this, Edna. But if you're willing to hang on, I can sort the money out for you straight away.
I'll be getting my things together.
It is my birthday.
I will, of course, be speaking to your father.
On your own?
No being in a bit.
Everything all right with you and Alan? Oh. We were just saying earlier
Do
on.
you know, I have never known a parent so blinkered about their own kids. If it's not one of them, it's t'other. Well, there'll be the death of him between them, but... Can you tell him?
I don't suppose people want to hear that, do they?
Not till it's too late, they don't.
I'll see you later. I'll get that as well.
Oh.
Terence seems to have got his act together from what I can see.
Aye. And that's just what it is and all. An act. Not for much longer, though. You mark my words.
Good day.
Yeah, it's quiet. You?
Oh, no sign of Bessie or Steph. No one interfering, telling me what I should or shouldn't do. So yes, quiet. The way I like it.
Any more interest in the stables?
Well, we've had a lot of calls. We must have taken about 5 or 6 bookings.
What's this? A test?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have put that away. It was just a bonus from Tom King. I was going to save it or, you know, use it for a raffle or something.
Well, not if it's a gift, Dad. You drink it, don't mind me. If I can sit in a pub surrounded by it, I'm pretty sure I can stand you having the odd drink in the house every now and then.
Well, somebody knows we're having rabbit stew.
I'll get it. Can I help you?
Terence Turner?
Last time I looked.
Do you mind if we come in?
I've resigned.
Sounds a bit drastic. Is it something I should know about?
Well, I suppose irreconcilable differences with other parties in the workplace.
My lads.
Well, if you're being specific.
I can't say I blame you, to be honest. They'd drive me round the bend and all if I had to put up with them all day.
I didn't want you to assume that I was in any way ungrateful.
I never assume, Edna. Gets me into too much bother. Drink?
Oh, well,
Nice drop of port left over from Christmas. You know, this could be quite convenient as it happens.
It wasn't an easy decision.
How would you fancy working here? You could start when you're ready, and you'd be answerable to me and nobody else. No muddy feet walking in the office. No machine-made tea.
Well,
Good. That's settled then. Sup up before you change your mind.
Your sister and Mrs. Eggleton seem to be making the same allegations. They claim you made threats of a violent nature.
I've asked them both to leave me alone, yeah. All right, I might have got a bit knocked. But who wouldn't, considering what they're saying about me?
Mrs. Eggleton claims that you were physically intimidating towards her at the bus shelter.
What's that, wishful thinking?
You're already subject to a restraining order, Mr. Turner.
My wife's in Hull. I'm here. I think that constitutes compliance with the stipulations of the court, don't you?
Do you mind giving us a few minutes, Mr. Turner?
Doesn't sound as if you've got very much to go on.
Your daughter's statement went a bit beyond threatening behaviour, as I'm sure you're both aware. We'd like to talk to Terence alone, if you don't mind. Is it true that you had a sexual relationship with your sister over a sustained period from the time of her 11th birthday on?
Is that what she says?
We're here to find out what you say, Terence.
Taxi for Lambert.
Oh, thanks. 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Well, if you will drink pints like some kind of bin man.
It's the first time in living memory a taxi's ever turned up here on time.
So when's this wedding, anyway?
Is there something I should know?
It's my cousin getting married. Got an invite this morning, but I really don't fancy it.
See, he tells you things. Now, come on, drink.
It's just, I'm so not interested, I completely forgot all about it. I don't think we should go. It might be a bit awkward. You know, with me being the pink sheep of the family.
And anyway, if it's anything like a village wedding round here...
It's best avoided. So clear off the pair of you. Because if that driver starts honking his horn, I'll have half the street moaning at me again.
Oh, I'm so impressed.
Oh, cheers, Diane. Whether she's fit or not, it doesn't make a blind bit of difference.
She is, though, isn't she?
Well, now I know what your report meant. Needs to refocus his considerable energies.
She's trying to get you to learn something, Daz. God knows if you won't do it for her, who will you do it for?
Just want to leave and start work proper.
Yeah? Breaking your back here? Always trying to stay afloat when you're always just going under and never seeing any rest from it?
So why'd you do it then?
Because he did with me what you're now doing with him. I wouldn't mind if either of you were thick.
I can't believe I'm turning into my own dad.
It's not that bad, surely. Anyway, you're making it work, son. Not many could do that on their own. Well, mostly on your own.
See, you're encouraging him now. What have I got to show for it, Dad? Honestly. No Katie, no Debbie, no Sarah, no Brass.
Well, I can always wag it some more and get Miss Bunnage up here to see you again.
Shut up, Daz.
I was only kidding.
That was over 40 years ago. Memories end up being shaped to fit what people want to believe. They invent histories for themselves to cover their problems and inadequacies. And you people should know that better than anyone.
Steph said that she spoke to you about it recently.
Officer, my daughter has made claims, retracted them, said she was lying, then made more claims, and a different one every minute. What better way to drive a wedge between a father and his son?
You weren't aware of anything going on between them at the time?
There was nothing going on.
Oh, but then sometimes memories are shaped to fit what people want to believe.
Don't play games with me. I didn't ask you in, my son did.
Let's not get antagonistic if we can avoid it, Mr. Turner. We just want to get to the truth, as I'm sure you do. We've been looking at one or two things that went on last year.
Well, Steph had treatment for a psychiatric disorder. There's no secret about that. She had several, I don't know, what do you call them, episodes.
Have you any idea what might have brought them on?
Well, not goings-on with her brother 40 years ago. I think that might have come up, don't you?
Not necessarily. Still, I think we've got enough to go on for the time being. Thanks for your time.
What now?
We'll be in touch.
I'm sorry you're having your time wasted, but you'll find that out, I suppose.
You know, Mr. Turner, I hope you're right. Thanks again. Good night.
What can I say?
Don't say anything. Why is it when somebody tries to pick themselves up, somebody else always tries to knock them down again? Stephanie can't bear for anybody to be happy. I knew she was sick, but not like this.
I remember when we'd go out into the lanes with a basket, straight after school.
Not even all that long ago. Blackberries all up the side of the road. Now you're lucky if you see a single one.
I hope you lot have wiped your feet.
Oh, give it a rest, Dad. You're worse than Ed now.
Not possible.
Nobody's worse than Bleak.
Before you lot make complete and utter prats of yourselves, let me introduce you to my new in-house personal assistant.
Oh, watching that?
You won't miss much. Listen, I felt like a right div before having to explain myself to your form teacher. I thought I was going to get lines myself. I hate that.
She's dead nice, but that kind of makes it worse when she's telling you off.
The next parents' evening, we go, all right?
Oh, come on. You wanted to go there less than I did. Jack was right before. You've done great on it and you don't have to answer to nobody. What more do you want than that?
A regular wage won't go amiss.
Yeah, and having to creep to some boss who you can't stand. Doing as you're told every time someone feels like telling you.
I'm not rhying with you, Daz. I'm just telling you, that's all. Do your work. Pass your exams. Or if you can't, at least do your best, then nobody can say you didn't have a go.
Where are you going now?
I need to see Steph and Adam. I'm sitting in my own house wondering when the next accusation's coming. I'm not having it. I never thought she'd stoop so low. But it's him. I'm sure it is. It's that Adam putting ideas in her head. Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
I'd come with you, but...
No, don't want to put any more fuel on their little fantasies. But are you sure you'll be all right here alone? I won't be there long.
I'm just about to launch into Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, and there she is, shacked up on the sofa with the old man.
Oh, I won't put quite such intimate detail into it, Jimmy, not while I'm eating. It's bad news when you can't even go into your own house. She'll be gone in a bit. But do you honestly want to sit up there and get an earache off the old man about how to be nice to old ladies?
I'll help Edna across the road any time.
Ah, the M62, with a big prod. Things are looking up, lads. We can start casting out for a new secretary. Preferably decent looking and 40 years younger. With a brain, obviously. That would help.
I'll tell you what, let's finish these, get a taxi into Houghton, and put the old feelers out round a few clubs.
Jimmy, we're looking for a decent secretary, not some dozy alco-pop muppet for you to drool over all day.
Oh, here we go. Still pining after Sadie, are we?
Oh, come on, what's the first word you think of after secretary? Suspenders.
Well, what's wrong with that? And it's just what you need, mate. A bit of shameless indulgence.
Oh, like you and Kelly?
Oh, I'm wounded.
Well, through that skin.
I'll give Dean a ring. See if he's up for helping out with a few preliminary inquiries.
Just bear in mind who does the iron and firing these days, eh?
How could I forget, boss?
What are you getting so narked about? Maybe it's the stimulating level of conversation.
Thanks.
Well, not you, kiddo. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I do.
What have you been telling the police?
Calm down, Alan.
I'm not talking to you.
Well, nobody else is going to listen to me, are they? And if your precious son hadn't threatened Betty, it might not have come to this.
It seems to me all you're concerned with is bringing this family to its knees. You betrayed me and you're determined to do the same to Terence. Haven't you got a decent bone in your body?
It doesn't feel like it, Dad. Not with what I know. But you don't want to hear that, do you? You just think I'm some nutter got it in for your precious little lad.
Betty never really had much choice, Alan.
Betty had the choice to keep her nose out of it, same as you. Maybe if you'd never come here in the first place.
Now, hang on a minute. Don't you start having a go at Adam. This was my decision. He doesn't want the police involved any more than I do.
It didn't stop you going, though, did it?
I want my life back.
You've got a life. Probably a better one than you deserve.
Not with Terence here, I haven't.
Well, why don't you just go away and leave us alone?
This is my home. I live here.
Not when I've taken it out of your hands, you don't.